Okay, so I've got the wife's hunting rifle out again today, and I'm loading up 123 grain SSTs because this is going to be our hunting load this year. And I loaded them up with 27, 27.2, 27.4, 6, and 8 AR comp, and I loaded them up to 2.245 as my case overall length. And so far I'm very happy. I've shot the 27 and the 27.2. I'm about to shoot the 27.4 out of it, and I'll show you guys the results at the end after I get, all of my groups. And I keep on picking up my my grendel brass. I lost a piece already, and I'm already upset about that. But a lot of people don't know this, but you can actually use 7.62, and somebody's gonna freak out. You can use 7.62 by 39 brass and run it through a full-length sizer for your 6.5 grendel. You just have to use large rifle primers. A lot of people don't know that. Apparently, it's a secret. It's a secret. It's the most secret of secrets. All right, let's see how this stuff groups.
Braces and everything.
Yeah, I'm sure
it's important to have a pen and paper.
High on California's list of eradication.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I've got the real high bipod on this too, so that's a thing. Sorry about that. Somebody decided that they wanted to call me. Rude people. It's important to be as stable as possible whenever you're shooting groups because you eliminate as much human error as possible. I rushed that last one. It went bottom left. I rushed it because I can actually see, because there's a dude shooting on the bench next to me. I can see whenever he shoots in my scope. So I kind of rushed that shot, and I paid for it. That one impacted low left, I believe, because that's where I felt the shot break was low left. Yep. There's one round that impacted low left, and the rest of them are in like a little half-inch group. And then there's one that turns the group into a 1-inch group. Oh, gross. Who shoots one MOA? Load development, stuff like that. So normally, whenever most people, including myself, do load development, we'll, pick a powder and a projectile, load up a few charges, and see, what happens. You guys saw what I did with the 120 grain ELDs, where I used 4 different kinds of powder, saw what powders it liked the best, and decided I was going to run with those. Since I like AR comp a lot for my 5.56, that was a pretty easy choice for me, so I started playing with AR comp and the 120 grain ELD. I ended up buying a bunch more. And also, I had some SSTs sitting around, and I decided to play with those as well. And I'm going to show you guys some of the results. Instead of just going to the range one time, I'll usually go 2 or 3 times and test out the exact same loads and see if I get similar results or if the results are, completely different. So, if you guys recall, this is my first range trip. From my first range trip, using the 120 grain ELDs, I ran, Varget and ramshot tack. These are some of the results from that. Yeah, Varget and ramshot tack on that target. H335, I ran some of it. Those are the top 3, or H335. So, they all ran really well. And then I started using AR Comp, because AR Comp is one of my favorite powders, like I'd said, for 5.56. And I realized with AR Comp, I was getting somewhere, just not quite where I wanted to be. So that just meant that, I could tweak the load a little bit until I found out what it liked. So 27.2, 27.5, 27, 28, those were the loads that I was running with the first time that I went. And there was a couple of groups that were really good, but maybe had like one stray shot or one flyer. And they were all less than 1.5. So I decided to play with that some more. And I went back out again with those. With AR Comp and 120 grain ELDs. So at 27 grains, it did not perform well this time, this trip to the range. Shot a, not a very great group. Not a very terrible group either, but not great. 27.2 grains has consistently shot similar to this, where I'll get 4 real good and a 1 away, which is probably me, honestly. Like, I'm probably throwing 1. 27.5 performed very well this day. I shot a .516 inch group, and I actually got to chrono that ammo. I had a standard deviation of 11. 2567 was my average velocity. Then at 27.7, I shot that group right there, right, the circled one, which, it's not a terrible group. It's probably a 1 MOA, which doesn't really blow my hair back. And then at 28 grains, I shot that group right there, which is probably 1 MOA. And like I said, that doesn't really blow my hair back, but it's a data point. I've got more data. Instead of going to the range one time and going, okay, this worked or this didn't work, I go to the range multiple times using the same powder charges or similar powder charges and see if they still work, because I think that's important. So today, I went back out and I wanted to try out the Hornady 120 grain ELDs, but also the 123 SSTs, to see if I had, like a drastic difference. And I actually went to the range twice with the SSTs. I just don't know where the other targets are. It might be up here somewhere. Who knows? 27 grains. Shot a 1.2 today with the ELD. At 27 grains with the SSTs, I shot a 1.1. 27.2 with the ELD, shot a 0.95. 27.2 with the SST, shot a 1.1. And, it's like a bug hole with one little guy running away, so that could have been me. So far, pretty consistent results. And similar, which I thought was interesting, that I had gotten similar results with the 120 grain ELD and the 123 grain SST. Alright, so then I went up to 27.5 grains with the ELD, and even with that pulled shot, it's still a 0.8 inch group. So it's just a bug hole with one that I pulled, and I even wrote down in my notes that I'd pulled it. 27.5 with the SST provided me a 0.8 inch group, which is awesome. Okay, so 27.8 grain shot a 0.65, and yes, it was raining while I was at the range, so these holes look really blown out. And now, here is the moneymaker right here, 27.8 grains with the SST. I couldn't really measure it. Like, I can't measure it and give you guys an accurate number. So I just wrote 0.4 because that's what, like, my calipers were showing with that raggedy group. If it wasn't raining, I could have given you guys a more accurate number. And I'm pretty sure it's closer to 0.3. But 27.8 was money today. And then 28 grains with the ELD shot a 0.65. And then 28 grains with the SST, it's the one in the middle right there, it shot a 0.85. So, on multiple range trips, what I've decided is that I'm going to start loading up at 27.8, because between 27.5 and 28, I'm staying sub MOA all the way throughout, and at 27.8, you saw with the 123 grain SSTs, I'm just blowing the center out. So, yeah, those are my results so far with low development. Also, I did something today that I'd never done before, and it might have helped, maybe. I deburred my flash holes. Never done that before today, and it could have done something, maybe.